All right, here we are today in Flint, Michigan. We're going to be checking out one of the dead or dying shopping malls here called Courtland Center. And this used to be a pretty big shopping plaza here in the Flint area. It was the first really large enclosed mall, and it opened up a few years before Genesee Valley Center. This old newspaper shot shows how big some of the crowds were for special events. Here at the west end of the mall, where JCPenney is now, was originally a department store called The Fair. And that was a local Flint area chain of discount department stores. When The Fair closed down, it was replaced by Mervyn's. And Mervyn's remained until the company closed its Michigan locations and went out of business. It was replaced by JCPenney. This middle section of the mall, the middle anchor store, now occupied by Planet Fitness and the Sloan Museum branch, was originally Federal's department store. Federal's closed and was replaced by Robert Hall Village for a very short time before they went out of business. JCPenney's moved into the location, but was replaced by Stephen Barry's when Penny's relocated to the west end. And you can still see how old school this side of the building looks, with almost imagine the old Federal sign here along this part of the structure. There was a 1,000-seat cinema here at the mall when it first opened, and that's been modified and changed ownerships many times over the years. Currently is operated by NCG, Neighborhood Cinema Group. And for much of its life, it operated as a second-run movie house where you could see movies for $1 or $2. All right, here we're going to go around the store. Oh, on the back corner of the shopping area is this abandoned Lowe's store that closed several years ago when Lowe's pulled out of mid-Michigan. All right, the Staples store represents the far east end of the mall. And this is the location of the original Woolco store. Woolco went out of business and closed, to be followed by Crowley's, a Michigan-based upscale department store, which lasted for several years until they closed all their stores and Old Navy moved in with a location here. Old Navy ended up relocating, and the big space down this end was divided up into 3 spaces, which currently features Staples, Joann Fabric, and Dunham Sporting Goods. And this was the far east end of the mall. And just past that, we have entrance B, which is part of the original mall here. Hop inside here and see how she's looking inside. I recently had lunch at the Flaming Buffet Grill. It is now open, and it was really, really good. They have a cook-to-order wok and a huge selection of buffet items. Let's accent here at tax service. Here's the original main entrance to the mall, Courtland Center entrance A. I'm trying to be quiet because the sign says they don't allow mall walkers or random visitors here. Only people who are shopping and visiting the library or the museum. There are only 2 shops open in the main entry corridor. They still have a water feature here. That's pretty cool. And all the leftover plants from Christmas are still here. The plastic, like silk poinsettias. You can see there's no stores on the main concourse at all, though. Well, there are 3 actually. This one here that is a acupuncture and foot massage service, which seems weird. And then a little further down, there's a menswear clothing place that seems to be not opened. Well, I don't know if they're ever open, but they're not open now. But we found this cool throwback picture to what the mall looked like back in its original day, and you can really match it up pretty good with where we're walking right now. A lot of the brickwork and the decorative areas are still very, very similar in style. You can see the exact styling cues from when the mall was first opened. And further down here toward Penny's on the right-hand side is a pet supply store. those are the only 3 businesses in this main concourse part of the mall up at the west end. We're going to turn around and head back toward the east end now. Some sort of altercation going on down that side aisle. We're going to head the other way. The security's there. And like I say, this is a decent sized mall. It's just like all the other malls here, it has very little still going on. The biggest thing here is the Sloan Museum, which takes up one of the spots. It used to be an anchor store. And down at the east end, we can see there's no stores that are open here, really. There's a Flint Public Library branch. And everything else. There's some nice looking storefronts here, but they're all locked up and closed. The center kiosks are all closed. And there's just nothing going on here. So, let's see, the library is open. But that's about it. There's an art gallery over here, and that's closed too. I see one more store down there that's open before the Goodwill store. Looks like Bed Bath & Body Works. So, there you go. But we can compare this area to some old photographs here and see how similar it is. The architectural styling and cues are still there to match this up. And it looks like it was a pretty cool mall at one time. And it's not bad now, actually. It's just no stores here, really. I think I saw like 4 or 5 stores that are actually still open. But we hope you enjoyed this little trip back into Flint Mall history. And I hope you'll check out my other videos on my channel. We got a lot more local Michigan history stuff here, including dead malls and abandoned places. Have a great day.